Have you ever heard those horror stories about families fighting over grandma's jewelry or getting stuck in endless legal battles after a loved one passes away? Or how about how long it can take to sell a house that's caught up in a court system? What about those heartbreaking stories of family members being denied their inheritance completely? Unfortunately, these aren't rare stories. In fact, they happen every day, even to the rich and famous. A quick search on Google will show you countless celebrity cases where conflict arose because proper estate planning wasn't done. So here's the thing. Most of these issues are avoidable. If you understand the process, estate planning doesn't have to be a nightmare. And today, we're gonna break it down with something fun, an analogy to food, specifically lasagna. Yes, you heard that right. Lasagna. So let's get into it. Let's get clear about what we're talking about here. You've probably heard the term estate planning a lot, right? But do you really understand what it is? The most common misconception is that estate planning is the same as documents involving will or a trust. Well, think of estate plan like your favorite lasagna recipe. The recipe includes a variety of ingredients: pasta, cheese, sauce, right? Maybe even some meat or vegetables, or extra special seasoning if you're like me. But those ingredients alone, without knowing how much of each ingredient to use or what steps to follow, don't really make a complete lasagna. They're just ingredients. Similarly, a will or a trust is like a pasta or a sauce. They're important ingredients, but without a complete plan, they won't create a finished product. So here's where people often get confused. They think that a will or a trust alone is enough. That's like thinking you've made lasagna because you have a pasta and a sauce on your kitchen counter and that's it. The documents are just ingredients. And too often, people sometimes, even lawyers actually, focus only on the documents. They tell you that once you've signed your will or trust, you're done. But that's only part of the story. In fact, this is where many DIY solutions like LegalZoom or even AI tools for drafting these days, they fall short. They give you the ingredients, but not the recipe. They don't show you how to properly combine everything to make the full estate plan work for your unique situation. The result? Well, a legal and financial mess. Families get stuck in court battles, sentimental items are fought over, properties are held up, and some even end up paying taxes that could have been avoided very easily. Now let's talk about the state's recipe. If you don't create your own estate plan, your state has one for you. But trust me, it's not always what you want. Imagine this. The state's recipe for lasagna includes spicy sausage. But what if you're not a fan of spice? Or maybe it includes mushroom, but your family has allergies to mushroom. The state's recipe could have some ingredients that don't work for your family at all, or even create serious problems. In the same way, the state's plan dictates how your estate is to be distributed, and it's usually a lengthy, expensive, and conflict-filled court process. What's worse, your family members, even those you might not get along with, are notified about the proceedings. They can make claims for your estate, and the whole thing is made public. Here's the problem with the state's recipe. It assumes a one-size-fits-all approach, but your family is unique, your relationships are unique, the way you want to pass on your legacy is personal. The state doesn't care about your family dynamics or your personal wishes. It just follows the law, and that law requires court involvement, delays, and can even involve tax burdens or asset freezing. This is why so many families get caught in a tangled mess after a loved one passes away. The good news, you have the option to create your own recipe. That's right, you don't have to follow the state's recipe if you don't want to. Creating your own estate plan means you can choose your ingredient. You get to decide exactly what goes into your lasagna, and by extension, your estate plan. Whether it's a will, a trust, or other documents, you decide the structure. Do you want to give it to charity? You can. Do you want to avoid the court process for your loved ones altogether? You can too. Want to ensure that your kids are taken care of by the right people? You can plan for that as well. The power is in your hands, but you have to exercise it. When you have your own plan, you can personalize it to match your values and goals. Do you want your estate to be passed on quickly without legal red tape? Do you want to support specific causes or family members who need extra help? Do you want to protect your loved ones from fighting over your estate? Creating a comprehensive plan helps you make sure that everything is handled the way you want, when you want. Plus, unlike the state's plan, your estate plan can be designed to ensure minimal taxes are paid and avoid unnecessary delays. You won't have to worry about your estate being frozen or stuck in the court for years. Now, you may be thinking, can I just do it myself? Why do I need an estate planning attorney? And while there are DIY solutions out there, they don't give you the guidance you need to make sure your estate plan works exactly how you intend. You may be missing key components or mistakenly costing your family a lot of money. You may think you're done, but your family will have to deal with the consequences of some things you haven't done later. Working with an expert, someone who understands the legal complexities in your personal situation, is vital. A personal lawyer like me can help guide you through the process and ensure that your plan is complete and effective. At our firm, we use a special planning process called life and legacy planning. We focus on education first, helping you understand what the estate's plan is for you, what that means to your loved ones, and together we can work to create a customized plan just for you. We've seen too many families suffer because they didn't have a comprehensive estate plan, or they thought that a simple will or trust would be enough. But with proper guidance and the right planning, you can protect your loved ones and ensure your legacy is passed on exactly as you intend. We take the guesswork out of the estate planning and make it clear, simple, and customized to your needs. So don't let your family get stuck with a plan they don't want or need. Don't settle for the state's recipe. Create your own, book a call with us today, and learn more about how we can help you design a plan that fits your values and protects your family. Your legacy deserves more than a one-size-fits-all solution. It deserves a personalized touch. Did you enjoy this video? Do me a favor, will you? Share it with someone you think might enjoy it as well. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.